Well, hello and welcome to Successful and Sought After, a podcast channel hosted by Reflect the Dream School of Acting. I am your host, Kelsey Jimenez, the founder, CEO, and lead acting coach for Reflect the Dream. And today is day one of our natural networking event. So you guys ready? We're about to kick off this event. Let's dive right in. Networking. So what exactly is networking, actors? And how do I do it? In short, networking is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. It's a way to let the world know that you're here. Maybe you're asking yourself, why are we doing this event? Why should we even be talking about networking? Well, actors. Networking is a part of your job. As an actor, you wear multiple hats, but one of those is CEO, which is the boss. Okay. And so with that, networking is in your job description. Now, the benefits, truthfully, the benefits of networking are endless. But just to give you a few, access to job opportunities, professional connections, career advice, new ideas, personal growth, building relationships and gaining a competitive edge in the industry. Honestly, the benefits of network truly are endless. And so it's important that we know how to network, but we know how to network well. We understand why we network and what it is, and hence why I wanted to have this 3-day event, Natural Networking. So let's dive into what we will be covering today, which is the what. Okay, so before we can really answer the questions on how do I network, who should I network with, and why should I even network, we have to start with the what. And so this is today's topic. What exactly is my role and responsibility in networking? Now, before I go and answer that question, I just want to make sure I put out a disclaimer. Okay. My job as an acting coach is I'm here to help aspiring actors go after their dream. I'm here to fully train and equip aspiring actors to believe in their full potential and achieve their dream come true. I'm here to teach you everything I know because I want your dream to come true, actors. Maybe even more than you. And so over the next 3 days, I truly want to share with you everything I know about networking. And I'm still learning. I'm learning stuff every day, even as I was collecting my notes for this 3-day event and asking, some of my colleagues and other industry professionals. I learned a whole bunch of stuff. I'm still learning. But I want to share with you everything I know. That's always the goal. That's always what I tell my actors. I'm here to teach you everything I know so that you go out and reflect your dream. You go out and you have the highly successful career that you've always wanted. You land that dream come true. You are booking those co-star roles. You're working on television and film projects that you love and are passionate about. That is ultimately my dream come true, that my actors reflect their dream And so as an acting coach, my job is, yes, to train and equip you on acting tools and techniques, to expose you to a variety of material like commercials, voiceover, scripts, all of that, but also to teach you about the business side of acting, the who's who in the industry, natural networking, how to audition, how to market, all of these other elements. And so over the next 3 days, I'm going to share with you everything I know about networking. And I'm going to share it in a way, my goal that you will leave this event in a way that you will leave feeling confident, intentional, and feeling natural about the way you pursue networking. So I've done the research. I found the answers. And also, since I work on the business side of the industry, I have also learned exactly what it takes to build your network and to do it in a way that's authentic for you. I truly love empowering my actors to be the boss of their career and really feel like their career is in their own hands because of the tools and strategies I've equipped them with. I have helped so many actors book, many amazing projects and receive direct offers as a result of the relationships they've built through natural networking and how I teach it. And I have provided it in a way that's tangible, real steps that you can take today. And in fact, after each of these live events, I will be providing you with those next steps, those action steps, as I like to call it. And the idea of this live 3-day live event is that you take these action steps right away. I mean, I could go in a whole tangent about this, actors, how sometimes we ask for things and then the answers are there for us. The inspired action, the next steps, whatever that may look like. But so many of us, we don't take those next steps. We don't call that person. We don't follow up with the email. We don't go to this audition. We don't sign up for that class when it's been presented to us. And so let's not do that this time, actors. If you are here either listening to the podcast recording or watching the live Facebook event or catching the replay, then this is for you. Natural networking is a part of your job. I mean, really, it's networking. I like to just call it natural networking, but it is a part of your job. And so over the next 3 days, I will be giving you step-by-step instructions. And really the goal is that you take those action steps that day. Even today, there'll be some questions and some things I'm going to ask of you. And my goal is that you will take the time and answer those questions and really begin to discover the what, right? What is your role and responsibility in networking? And what you discover today is only going to help you with tomorrow's event and our 3rd day event. You need all of them. That's why I strategically have organized this event with the what being first and the how and why, or the how and who being day 2 and the why being day 3. So do these events in order and take these action steps now. So, actors, are you ready? Are you ready to uncover your role and responsibility in networking? So here it is. This is the what. What is my role and responsibility in natural networking? It is to clearly know who you are what you do, and why you do it. Let me say that again. Your role and responsibility in natural networking is to clearly know who you are, what you do, and why you do it. That's it. Okay? So yeah, it seems simple enough, right? Who are you? What do you do? Why do you do it? It seems simple enough. So let's just test you on this. Let's see how well you are doing in your role and responsibility. How well are you doing, right? If this was some sort of like an assignment where we grade you or some yearly review, let's go ahead and critique yourself, actors. So let's test yourself here. I have these 4 questions and I want you to write them down because these are your action steps, okay? But we're going to test yourself right here and just kind of see where you're at in the beginning, okay? And then give yourself a scale, on a scale of 1 to 10. How well can you answer these questions? How well are you performing in your role and responsibility of natural networking, okay? So first question, how well would you respond to these questions? Question number 1. So, tell me about yourself. What would you say? Tell me about yourself. This is such a famous question in any networking event, workshop, performance, interview, audition. I mean, it's one of the first questions I'll even ask my actors when I meet them. So, tell me about yourself. Question number 2. What do you do? That is the second most popular question. What do you do? Third question. What have I seen you in? What have I seen you in? How would you answer that question? And the last question, what have you been up to lately? So there you have it. Those are the 4 questions. And so how'd you do? How you doing, right? Do you think you got it? Like you are taking your role and responsibility in networking seriously, and you totally aced all those questions. You know exactly how you would answer, the describe yourself question. You know what you would say and like, what have I seen you in lately? How'd you do? Or do you have not a clue how you would even answer those questions? With the, what have you been up to lately? What would you say? What have you been up to lately, actors? What are you doing? What have I seen you in lately? And if we haven't seen you in anything, or if what you've been involved in, like it's just not really out and most likely people haven't seen it, do you give that answer, or what answer would you give? And how would you answer the question, what do you do? Would you say I'm an actor and leave it as that? Well, I have a little exercise for you, okay? Because the goal is to master these 4 questions. This is your what, actors. The first step with natural networking is to uncover the what. What is my role and responsibility? And it is to feel confident. It is to feel relaxed when anybody asks you those 4 questions. In whatever order, in whatever capacity, you should just have this feeling of knowing these questions. I mean, imagine that. Imagine always knowing the answers to these questions, where anybody could ask you. Be able to describe yourself what it is you do, what we've seen you in lately, and oh shoot, I just lost the last, I went blank. Oh, yes. And what have you been up to lately? So we should be able to answer those questions. That is the foundation of natural networking. My goal is that all of you leave this 3-day event feeling more confident about networking. You're approaching it intentionally, and there is this feeling of authenticity, right? It feels natural. So that's why I love putting in that word, yes, I want the answers to these questions to feel confident, but also relaxed, right? We're not like feeling all nervous or tense to rack our brain for the answer, or it's feeling very rehearsed and structured or forced or whatever, or fake. We want it to feel relaxed. We want to feel excited when someone asks us these questions like, oh, ask me what I've been up to lately. I cannot wait to tell people what I have been up to lately. I cannot wait to answer that question. I hope someone asks me that. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Or the question, what have I seen you in? And maybe they haven't seen you in. So you have a great answer to that question. Well, you haven't seen me anything yet, and that's exactly why I'm here. I am hoping to get the opportunity to work with so and so. I am hoping to book this part in the upcoming pilot. I've recently just had this audition, and I'm hoping that you will see me in this, or whatever your answer is. And knowing how to answer the what do you do. So we want to feel excited. A lot of times I say joy and ease. We want to answer these questions with joy and ease. Hope you wrote those questions down. Here are some questions that you can brainstorm and journal. The first question to ask yourself, actors, is what inspires you to be a storyteller? Yes, you are all actors, and maybe some of you listening, you're directors and producers and voice actors, but at your core, you're telling a story, right? You're bringing life to different characters and stories from all around the world, whether they're fiction or fantasy, right? Whether it's comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi, but what really inspires you to be a storyteller? And I love this question because a lot of us haven't really taken the time to ask that question of ourselves. Okay, next question. Now, these are all your action steps, actors. I really hope you're writing these questions down and you'll take the time to answer them for yourself. Now, the next question. What do you wish people knew about you? What do you wish that people knew about you? Do you wish people knew more about your testimony? Knew like all your hard work? Maybe knew where you were from or all the obstacles you've overcame? Do you wish people knew some hidden talents, or maybe you were in a production, a movie, but your part got cut and you had this amazing opportunity and no one will ever see it? I mean, what do you wish that people knew about you? What pisses you off? Right? What either pisses you off? Maybe another question like, what breaks your heart? What is it that really upsets you? Whether it makes you mad, pisses you off, breaks your heart even. What is something that you are just strongly against? And then on the opposite end, what is something that brings you so much joy and happiness? What makes you come alive, actors? And the answer to these questions, it doesn't have to do with our industry. You could talk about the freedom of going for a run or being outdoors or painting, going to a concert, traveling. What breaks your heart, human trafficking, homelessness, unforgiveness in people's hearts, or mothers who lose their children, or I'm even thinking about women who desire to be a mother and they never were able to have a child of their own. So it doesn't have to deal with acting. Okay. I just wanted to say that. But of course it can also deal with this industry as well. Okay. So those kind of questions, it's kind of getting to the heart of what matters most to you and taking the time to brainstorm and answer those questions. It's really going to help you actors with the, how would you describe yourself? What do you do? What are you working on lately, right? What have I seen you in? That question, what have I seen you in? Maybe it doesn't even deal with acting. Maybe you were just involved in some organization to fund orphans, or maybe you just did this mission trip, or maybe you're a part of the Operation Underground Railroad, which helps victims of human trafficking. Maybe the what have I seen you in has nothing to do with acting. Maybe it's part of the heart of the matter. What matters the most to you? You could use that to answer that question. What have you been up to lately? Yes, you could talk about classes you're in, upcoming auditions, maybe just got signed with an agent, but you can also talk about the things that matter to you, things that you've been involved in. And if you're not involved in anything that matters to you, maybe this is like your sign to get involved in something, or maybe you've had inspired actions or opportunities to get involved in your church or a committee or organization, or to donate or to fundraise or to travel or whatever it is. And so maybe this is a sign to let the heart decide and to step into those opportunities, because those are things that you could bring to networking events and opportunities. And you never know how you may connect with people. People are going to remember those things about you. There are also going to be questions or answers that they haven't heard of, and be like, wow, most of the time people want to talk about other shows they've done, and I was in this and I was just in that, and I just had this audition. And you're talking about things that matter to you, that matters to the heart. And you never know, that may strike up a conversation with the person you're speaking to, and they may relate to it or connect or ask questions, and they may want to get involved, and bam, naturally, a natural networking relationship connection. Because remember, actors, remember the definition of networking. Let me just pull it up. Is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts, right? It's this exchanging information to develop contacts, to develop relationships, connections. Okay? So those are kind of questions to help you get to the heart of the matter. Now, step 2, this kind of makes it a little more specific, right? This is where we're going to get a little more specific about you, kind of that question of what do you do, right? We don't just want to say, oh, I act. Okay, what else do you do, right? So this is where we can get more specific. So besides acting, what else are you really good at? Right? What else? What other hobbies? What other unique, do you have a unique skill, a unique talent, expertise, or maybe even like a unique experience that most people don't have, right? That could also kind of go in the tell me a little bit about yourself. That can kind of also help you answer that question. Okay, now this last step of questions is where These are specific questions to help you really get seen by the right people. But I like these questions because, I mean, this could kind of tie into tomorrow's topic, which is the who should I network and how do I do it? But I also feel like this can help us with the what. What do I do? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay, so still write these questions down and answer them. So what qualities do you want to showcase? What qualities do you most want to showcase? Okay. Like if you got called in for an audition, like what are those qualities that you would love to showcase? Like about yourself. What is the favorite role you've ever played and why? The why is important. Maybe you have a favorite role, even if it's small, large, doesn't matter. But what made it your favorite? Why? Why was it your favorite? Try to attach an emotion to that. Like, how did it make you feel? Why was that your favorite role? And then the last question I want you to ask yourself, actors, is what genre, or maybe even a mix of genres, are you most excited to work in? Whether it's comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi, thriller, fantasy, what genre are you most excited to work in? And so that's it, actors. Those are the questions. Those are your action steps for day 1 on this 3-day event of natural networking. So, all right, actors, have a fantastic day. Have fun in discovering the what. And I'll see you all tomorrow.